Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to the next chapter of Bryar Rose, chapter 14. Knox and I walk toward the main set of elevators. The hallways around here are all deserted. The offices are too. The ones with open doors only hold a few sticks of furniture. Where is everybody? I ask. Alec doesn't let anyone work near our papery. Makes sense. The place is so quiet, I can hear my own breathing. A heavy sense of worry fills the air. I really don't want to deal with Philpott right now. I'd rather think about how Knox just made me feel better without my inhaler. What was up with that? I sigh. Much as I'd like to contemplate Knox, there's no way to avoid Philpott when he's in a snit. I'll just have to deal with my fake boyfriend now and think about what happened with Knox later. Once we reach the elevators, Knox cups my face in his hands. You ready? The more I see Knox's face close up, the more I love the scars on his eyebrow and chin. I reach up and run my pointer finger along the one on his eyebrow. Did you get this fighting Denari? Knox closes his eyes and leans in to my touch. Yeah. I gently brush the one along his jawline. And this too? Same. He opens his eyes. The intense flash of ice blue makes my breath catch. You're not answering my question. You noticed, huh? What can I say? I'm smart like that. A small smile rounds his full mouth, while his thumbs make little arches on my cheeks. It makes my stomach flip-flop with happiness. Look, I appreciate your offer and all, but I think I should go alone. Absolutely not. I'm going with you. His eyes flash with specks of gold. That must mean his wolf is getting riled up. All the more reason for me to face Philpott solo. If my fake boyfriend is already making enough of a scene to drag in with security, then adding a wolfed-up Knox into the mix isn't a good idea. I give Knox my most casual smile. I won't be alone. I've texted Elle about 1,000,000 times today. I carefully avoid sharing how she hasn't replied yet. She'll show up and help. Here's the real deal on this one. I know Elle is a lost cause. My texts aren't even going through. Still, I do not want to have Knox around while Philpott's having one of his hissy fits. Plus, if I know his highness of wineness, I'm sure he's called my aunties in as well. If those three show up, that's even more humiliation. I'd rather Knox never saw any of it. Knox slides his hand down to entwine our fingers. Look, Bry, I'm in this now. You're strong, beautiful and smart. And all the work you've done in the papery, you could have been hanging with Philpott or listening to nonsense from your aunties, but you've chosen to do something with your life. I respect the hell out of that. I'm guessing this guy is downstairs and acting like an ass. I nod. Nothing else to say to that, really. So you're walking into a tough situation. There's no way I'll allow someone as amazing as you to walk into the line of fire alone. I will be at your side. I open my mouth, ready to clarify who exactly will be in that line of fire. Hey, I get where you're going with this. You're all worried that your aunties will show up or Philpott will freak out. But you have to give me more credit than to be turned away by something like that. Please know this. Whatever happens, I will fight with everything in me to stand at your side right now. Well, okay then. That was quite the awesome speech. In fact, I can't stop the huge smile that spreads across my face. Just don't break any more doors. Knox chuckles. That's between me and Alec. Over the years, he's learnt to buy them in bulk. I give his hand a squeeze and then let go. I'm glad that Knox is offering to help out, but it's a little scary how much I've come to rely on him in just a few short days. I have to be cautious. My feelings for him are growing too strong and too fast. Taking a big step away from Knox, I hitch my thumb toward the door. I know a shortcut to the lobby. Somehow, I never doubted that. He lowers his voice to a sexy growl. Alec and I have seen you two on the security tapes, you know. Oh, the first time I met Alec, he knew Ella and I had a visited Lasham before, but you've been watching us? Come on. I specifically hacked up a special security code to avoid video. Not that I'm sharing that with Knox. A little. It gives a lopsided grin. Oh, I can't seem to stop saying that over and over. The urge to kiss Knox hits me again, so I decide to do the mature thing, walk away, and fast. With quick steps, I lead us onto the first path to the elevator banks and press a button for the reception. Once we're inside and on the move, I can't help but notice how much fancier this elevator is than the last one that Knox and I just rode in to see Reggie. Also, I can't help but think about that kiss we shared there too. Focus, Bryar. Less than a minute later, the metal doors slide open to reveal the main sales floor of Lasham. This morning when Elle and I walked in here, the place was abuzz with activity. Now it's absolutely quiet. Everyone stands around staring. Some buyers are leaning over display cases with half-finished purchases in their hands. All eyes are fixed on Philpott. Nightmare, table for one. The quiet is broken as Philpott marches around the sales floor while waving his arms. Who's in charge here? Who's in charge? Where is my fiancée? Someone is holding her hostage. Wow. He looks like a total loon. That's an achievement, too, considering that he's wearing a blue banking suit with a red power tie. But he's hitting the crazy guy vibe and then some. A few people have their cell phones out and are taking videos. Shoot me now. Philpott sets his hands on his hips. That's his I'm important and I'm in charge pose. Usually works, but I hate it. And I hate him, really. Funny how that thought is just hitting me right now. I loathe Philpott Herbert Utrecht III with all my soul. Philpott steps up to a random guard. He hasn't seen me yet. I won't say it again. I'm here for my fiancée, Bryar Rose. I roll my eyes. That was my name right there. And he said it really loudly for all the phone cameras. Great move, dickhead. Why don't you give out my social security number while you're at it? Philpott scans the room. His gaze quickly stops on me. My love, they wouldn't let me see you. I've been so afraid. I shake my head. You've been so afraid? You. Because, of course, this is all about Philpott Herbert Utrecht III. My fake fiancé starts to make his way through the maze of display cases. For the record, everyone is still totally quiet and watching his every move. This sucks. Well, I've come this far, and I won't slink away. I march up to him and speak in a loud voice. No point whispering. They're all listening intently anyway. I am fine, and I am not your fiancé. As of this moment, I'm not even your fake girlfriend anymore. I want nothing to do with you ever again. Please leave. A zing of happy energy moves through my limbs. Saying that out loud makes me feel like $1,000,000. And there's some little part of me that got extra energized by doing that while standing a few yards in front of Knox. It's something primal inside me, and I'm super happy that I finally broke it off. In front of a crowd of people, with all their cell phone cameras locked right on my face. I am awesome. Like always, Philpott ignores what I said. Instead, he goes right on being the star of his own drama. Bryar Rose. He points to Knox, who is hanging a respectful distance behind me. Who is this man? That does it. Now my rebel reflex kicks in. And how? I stride over to Knox, grip his face in my hands and kiss him hard. Whatever we did in the elevator was like sissy hot compared to the smooch we share now. A few people in the crowd whistle. I've never felt more free. Leaning back, I break the kiss and look at Knox. Sorry for using you like my boy toy, but I'm trying to make a point. What? A sly grin rounds his full mouth. I wasn't done being used. Philpott steps over. How can you do this to us? There is no us. I just broke up with you. Not that we ever kissed anyway, which is technically, I think, an official requirement for dating. So the fake relationship is over. More people are filtered onto the retail floor. I'm pretty sure word is getting out through the building that there's a scene going on. Fine with me. Somehow, Tamara ended up not far away from us. She raises her hand. The girl is right. If you haven't kissed her, you haven't dated her. Thank you, Tamara. I'd offer her a fist bump, but she's standing too far away, all of which calls to mind the fact that Ella still hasn't shown up yet. It's getting on my nerves. If I should be fist bumping anyone at this point, it should be Ella. I'm torn between irritation and worry. I sure hope she's okay. Philpott runs his fingers across his chiseled jawline. You haven't been taking your medicine, have you? With that, Knox steps right between Philpott and me. Waves of rage positively roll off this guy. Leave Bryar alone. Philpott points to Knox's eyes. You're a werewolf. No kidding. I like how Knox adds a nice level of snarl to his voice. At these words, a chorus of gasps sound around the room. The two people hadn't yet racked out their cell phones and now dig around and bring them up. Even the guards taking video. It's a big deal to spot a real werewolf these days. Great. Philpott's face turns pink with rage. You're the one who should leave. I've been working with this girl for months. You can't sweep in and fill her head with lies. You're not the only one who's powerful. For a few seconds, I can only stare at Philpott. Working me? Who says that? It's like I don't know him at all. Plus, the way he says Knox is sweeping in, it's like I'm a sack of potatoes on the shelf. And that powerful stuff. Philpott invests in hedge funds. He isn't a superhero. A creeping sense of dread oozes up my spine. There's something wrong with Philpott. Way wrong. But there's no time to analyse my ex-fake boyfriend. At last, Ella pushes her way through the growing crowd in a classic New York style. Bry, I found you. Are you okay? I'm maintaining. I give her the side eye. Where have you been? A guard came and found Knox and me, and no one could find you or Alec. Oh, my guilty friend looks totes guilty. I know that look on Ella. She won't blab the details here, which is fine. I can be patient. All of a sudden, Alec steps onto the sales floor and raises his arms. His right hand is clasped into a fist. Red light oozes out from between his fingers. I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know much about wizards, but I'd bet that Alec is definitely casting a spell right now. And considering the fact that no one is noticing that fact, I bet that he's casting a cloaking spell too, which makes him one powerful wizard. Hello everyone, we're closing down the sham for a few hours for some unexpected maintenance. Please follow the guards and leave the lobby. Anyone with purchases, we will finalise your transactions at a later time with a steeper discount. Thank you. As he makes his announcement, Alex will surf a both smile and charm. His spell works. And how? The crowd simply marches towards the front door in an orderly line. Knox told me that Alex was a wizard who keeps his powers under wraps. He wasn't kidding. In less than a minute, everyone's gone. Except Philpott. What is it with this guy? He stands by the revolving door and glares at me. This isn't over. Yes, it is over. I point toward the street. Go away. And for the record, I never want to see you again. Philpott makes a growling noise, which is super weird. After that, he finally marches out of the building. I've never been happier to see someone leave in my life. Once the retail floor is emptied out, Alec turns to me. You've had a busy time of it. Why don't you and Ella take the rest of the day off? I could kiss Alec for offering me an out here, but it would be weird on multiple levels. Instead, I try my best to look unconvinced. Are you sure? I don't want to look like a wimp, but between Knox, Reggie and Philpott, I've already overquoted all the overwhelming experiences. Positive, says Alec. At this point, Ella's smiling so hard, it's like she's surrounded by a halo of happy. She tugs on my elbow. Let's go to my place and catch up. One, guess what she wants to talk about? Alec. I wonder if we both got our first kisses on the same day. That would be something. I like that, sweetie. I turned to Knox. I know you wanted to tell me something serious, but I really need some downtime. And food. Let's not forget the fact that I skipped lunch. Knox steps closer. What I have to talk about with you is important. It can't wait. People talk about having an inner child, but I never really met mine until this moment. Inside me, my inner 2-year-old sticks her fingers in her ears and screams, la, 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 I can't hear you. In other words, whatever Knox is talking about. It doesn't really register. All I want to do is take a break. Look, Knox, In the last few days, I've been attacked by my ex-group leader, had a conversation with an undead nut job from Julius Caesar's army, broke up with my fake fiancé. I really need a few hours to regroup. Knox frowns. But this is about your safety. Our eyes lock. That warm sensation happens again. It's like my veins eat up from the inside. Tendrils of connection wind between us. It feels beyond awesome. Then it all goes to crap. The lines of connection start prodding at the lockbox inside my soul. I freeze. What is that all about? It's more overwhelming stuff, and my inner toddler is having none of it. With every cell in my body, I push back against whatever is happening. Knox blinks and looks away. I'm sorry. Instantly the sensation of warmth and connection ends. I miss that part. But the prodding at my inner lockbox has stopped. That's the good news. It raises a question, though. I focus on Knox. What were you doing just then? Exactly. Ella steps forward. Did he hurt you? Alex sets his hand on Ella's wrist. No. He was testing to see if she was ready to talk. Werewolves are sensitive like that. Isn't that right, Knox? That's it. Knox rubs his neck. And you're right, Bry. Now is not the time for all of this. He meets my gaze again. I'm wrong to push you. How about I stop by Ella's place in a few hours? Bring you something to eat, yeah? I nod hesitantly. Sure, but we need to talk then. Do you think you can do that? I hug my elbows. I'll try. Enough is enough. Ella drags me toward the door. Bry's going on a break. See you guys later. Once we're out of earshot, she lowers her voice. What have you two been up to? A ton of things, but nothing that I want to discuss within earshot of the guys. I don't know, I say, careful to use my voice. What have you two been up to? Let's get some ice cream and greasy food first. After that, I'll explain everything. And with those two sentences, the world seems a lot more right. Ella and I are going to eat bad-for-us foods at her condo, where we'll rehash everything that happened. There's no better way to deal with a bad day. Or even, after what happened to me this morning, a crazy day. Whatever this is, Ella and I can figure it out. I remember Knox saying that he needed to explain something else to me, something worse than all the nasty revelations that have come before. And all of a sudden, I'm not feeling so confident that ice cream and girl talk will do the trick. I need some supernatural advice. Maybe it's time for me to call on Colonel Mallory, the Magnificent. It's a long shot, after all. I'm pretty sure I imagined him, but it might be worth a try. As Ella and I head toward the subway, I cup my hand by my mouth and speak in a loud voice. I summon you, Colonel Mallory, the Magnificent. What? Ella's huge blue eyes almost bug out of her head. That's the guy who cursed you. About that, since we're New Yorkers, we can weave through a packed sidewalk of bodies while having this conversation. He visited me before. I was hoping it was a combination of sleep deprivation and nerves. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was, but he offered to help and gave advice. It's crazy to try summon him, but my life has gotten strange so quickly. At this point, I'll try anything. I scan the sidewalk. No one appears outside the honest stream of New Yorkers. I don't see anyone supernatural. Hun, are you sure you saw him? In the interest of full disclosure, I could have just been having a breakdown of some kind. Look, I know my Bryar Rose. Drop this Colonel Mallory stuff. You need some food and ice cream. In that order. Then we can talk about everything and make it right, okay? Sure. Let's go. For some reason, a weight of disappointment settles in my bones. I knew that Colonel Mallory thing was a total bust. Still, the fact that he didn't show bums me out for some reason. It's just that kind of day, I guess. The end. And that is the end of the next chapter of Bryar Rose. When we come back, we shall return with the Knox. Many blessings. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to Bryar Rose. This is episode 15, Knox. I stare at the front door of the Lesham building. Bry just took off through there. My hands ball into fists. Was I wrong to let her go? She needs to know the truth, and soon. Unless Bryar shifts at least once, her wolf could die by sundown tomorrow. Trouble is, she needs to be willing to shift. When we looked into each other's eyes, I reached out with my alpha power, probed into her soul, testing to see if her animal could come out. If Bryar had seemed in the least bit ready, I'd have insisted we talk right there and then. That's not what happened, though. Bryar pushed back on my powers in a big way. In fact, she shoved my alpha consciousness out of her head with so much energy. It felt like a fist to my chest. I've sensed stuff like that before, but it always came from Alec, and that makes zero sense. Bryar's a werewolf, not a wizard. I set that aside for later, when I'm not losing my mind because Bryar just left. I speak to my wolf in my head. We should follow her. Her wolf not ready. You stay here. I can't believe my wolf isn't with me on this one. She needs me now. I'm going. No scare, mate. Alex sets his hand on my shoulder. You're having a fight with your inner wolf. Over the years, Alec's seen enough of my mental wolf battles to know when one is happening. I growl out a single word. Yeah. Tell him to back off. Bryar will be fine. He's not the one that wants to go after her. I keep glaring at the door. Alec eyes me for a long time before speaking. Why don't we go to my office and chill? I rigged up a PlayStation to my work computer. It's sweet. Normally, that kind of idea is a slam dunk. No. Dude, you can't just stand there and glare at the door. Your eyes are gold and everything. You'll frighten away the customers. You already cleared out the sales floor. Humans would love to see me going wolfy. Would make their damn day on Facebook. Well, you're scaring the crap out of me. Let's go to my office. I'll order up some raw meat and a chew toy for you. I round on him. Chew toy my ass. I have 6 inches on Alec, which means I can easily loom over him. Not that he cares, but the chew toy comment is out of line. I am not a dog. That's my grumpy buddy. He tugs on the shoulder of my t-shirt. Now, let's go hang out in my office because sooner or later we're going to reopen the front doors and I can't handle you looking this way to customers. They're here to buy jewellery, not take selfies with werewolf. Mentioning customers triggers a memory. People had their cell phones out before. They took video of Bryar. Please, I'm not some greenback wizard from the corner of nowhere. I wiped all their electronics before I brainwashed them all to leave quietly. He opens his right hand to show a bunch of blackened diamonds. My brows lift. Nice work. What else do you expect? He tugs on my shoulder again. Let's start with some basics here. Walking in a simple movement. You raise your right foot and then your left. You're a dick. Alec wags his eyebrows. Bigger than yours. Dream on, douche. Even so, I finally step forward. The elevator bank. Alec grins like he won the lottery. Within a few minutes, we're doing exactly what Alec wants. In this case, it means hanging out in his palatial office with the door locked and snacks on the way. Part of being a werewolf is that I'm perpetually hungry. In fact, I can't help but notice the lunch spread that Alec has on his desk, which is now totally eaten over. No doubt, he ordered it for him and Hella. And that gets me thinking, why did the god have to come after Bryar Rose and me when Philpott showed up? How come he couldn't find Alec anyway? I plunked down on one of Alec's funky couches. Where were you earlier today? No one could find you. Alec takes a chair across from mine. When? He asks the questions innocently enough, but the acidic scent of guilt oozes all over him. You know what I mean. Why couldn't anyone find you when Philpott the douchebag showed up? Oh, that. Ella and I had some lunch in my office. After that, we went for a walk. Ella wanted a coffee, and our machinery is junk. So we went off to the little cafe I know. And along the way, you know, he gets a dreamy look on his face. That part in itself is a stunner. Alec, does not go gooey over women. No, I don't know. I kept getting texts, and Ella was teasing me about it, so we both decided to shut off our phones for a while. Your phone? Off. Well, this is unprecedented. If Alec could get his phone surgically implanted in his cranium, I think he would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, sure. Why not? I sniff. You've got it bad. What? Alec rolls his eyes. She's a friend. I like her. That's it. After that, he starts going off on how much he isn't into Ella, and honestly, I start to tune him out. Normally, I'd give him crap about all the lying he's doing. The man reeks of rotten garbage scent. That means he's telling untruths left and right. Normally, I call him on this, but I'm just not in the zone today. Instead, I'm still thinking about how Bryar Rose is a werewolf. How is that possible? Why would her aunties try to hide something like that from her? And most importantly, how can I get her comfortable enough to tell her the truth and get her to shift before it's too late? I picture that full pot. Somehow, it feels like a bigger part of this whole thing. Only I can't imagine how. Still, sometimes it's the dumb-looking ones. They're the most dangerous. I don't like this. At all. Alec keeps blabbing for a while and then he snaps his fingers. Hey, Knox. Yeah? I've been talking to you. Have you heard a word I said? I lean back on the couch. No. Let me get this straight. You're not going to ask me a million questions about anything I've been saying? Nothing about Ella? Nah, it's obvious that you're crazy about this girl. Why keep asking questions about that? You'll just get all misty on me, and I'd rather keep whatever manly image I have of you intact. You're a true humanitarian. That's just how I roll. And another thing, don't think I didn't notice how you're holding back about Hella in general. She told you something important. Alec gives me one of his painted I can't believe you squints. What? Give it up. I tap my nose. I can smell a lie, you know. And right now, you reek. I'm not lying. Well, you're withholding the truth, and that smells the same. Alec leans forward, braces his elbows on his knees, and stares at the floor. It's not my secret to tell, Knox. This is another situation I'd usually press Alex for answers. Not that he'd ever say anything. The man is like a rock when he wants to stay quiet. Even so, I've got enough to worry about, without trying to crack that block of granite inside his head. Fine. Keep your secrets. What? Alec looks up. You're letting me off the hook? You catch on quickly. You'd only do that if something big was going on. His blue eyes widen with concern. What happened? Something bigger than you can imagine. I speak really slowly, so Alec won't miss a word. Bryar Rose is a werewolf. Alec leans back in his chrome chair and laughs. Oh, come on. Man, you scared the crap out of me there. Stop playing around. I'm not playing you. She's a werewolf. Knox, Alec shakes his head. She's a Sleeping Beauty live template, not Little Red Riding Hood. I saw her eyes, Alec. Golden. That medicine in a bag. Predator's bane. All the blood seems to drain from Alex's face. Predator's bane? Are you sure? I'm sure. Remember the fight back in Mexico City? I got stuck as a human and couldn't shift. They hit you with Predator's bane, I remember. So why would anyone give that to Bryar Rose? I think they're doing it because she's under a slumber beast curse. Slumber beast? No one's cast that in 100 years. I don't think there are any fairies left who are strong enough to do it. Colonel Mallory, the Magnificent, might. I lean forward. Think about it. If Bryar's under a sleep beast curse, whenever she tries to shift, the spell would freeze her up. She takes a few whiffs of Predator's bane, transforms back to all human, and the sleeping spell stops. Predator's bane, Predator's bane. Alex scrubs his hands over his face. I mean, Ella told me about Bryar Rose taking medicine, but I thought it was for her Sleeping Beauty sickness. It was. And you really saw her eyes turn golden? Oh, yeah. Her eyes turned golden, and then she started to fall asleep. Alec frowns. Has she shifted before? No. No. I reached out to her wolf. It's never been set loose. I shake my head. And her 18th birthday is tomorrow. That's terrible, Knox. Alec doesn't seem too upset, though. But, honestly, what can you do about it? She's got a spell on her that knocks her out before she can shift. You know how powerful magic is like that. I don't, actually. I was hoping you could tell me. Alec loves to study all kinds of magic, including fairy stuff. Maybe if you had a dozen wizards or fairies working at it for a year, you could break a slumber beast spell. But that's a long shot. Come on. How can you know it's unbreakable? Please. How often have I wanted to knock you out as a werewolf on your ass, even for a second? Oh, I hate to say this. You've tried that a ton. When we were kids, Alec used to try to stop me all the time, and the spell he wanted to cast was the same general kind of thing that happens to Bryar Rose too. He wanted to freeze me in place like a statue. It never happened, though. Eventually gave up. Alec grins. Exactly. And you know how strong I am. That's how I know there's no way to fix this in the next 24 hours. Thanks for giving up like a pussy. I'm a man of magical science. Alec rolls his eyes. There's a difference. Maybe if she stops taking that damn predator's bane. I'll leave the thought to hang out there. No. Right. Alec never gives up this fast. There's something else at work here. Talk to me. Truth now. Alec sighs. Fine. We can't lose her skills. Did you see how much of that papri she translated? She downloaded her stuff to the mainframe and I took a look. That girl is a machine. I knew it. Anger tightens up in my spine. You selfish bastard. You just want to keep her translating for us. Come on. Our people have been looking at those papri fragments for 2,000 years. Everyone's been trying to translate them. We got some of the easy bits done, but no one's come anywhere near as Bryar Rose. Whether or not she's a wolf, she can always work on papri. I rise to stand. It takes everything I have not to punch Alec in the face. You haven't met people who've lost their animals. I've seen them, sure. They aren't chatty, but they can still work. And if we give Bryar Rose enough time, I know that she'll decode the full papri. That means she'll find out how to stop the Denari. If you scare her off with wolf talk, then that may never happen. It's too much of a risk, man. This is a wolf we're talking about. Have you ever seen what happens to shifters when they lose their animals? They lose all their personality. It's like turning a human into a robot. Alec taps his chiseled chin. And what happened back there, on the sales floor, huh? Nothing. Who's lying now? You tried to use your alpha mojo to see if she wanted to shift, and she didn't. The girl doesn't want this, and if we keep shoving werewolf stuff at her, she could bolt. Like I said, we can't take the chance. She's here and working on papri. We need to leave Bryar Rose right where she is. My voice comes out in a low growl. That's not an option. This is bigger than one person. You know the Denari's master plan. They're taking down all the Magicorum, because we're all that can stop them from turning human beings into a never-ending buffet. We need to stop them. That means translating every hieroglyph in the book of magic. It will tell us how to end the Denari. Hell, it may even give the keys to finding jewels. Can we really put that at risk? Not at the expense of a wolf. Come on, our people are being wiped out. And what about you? What if this meant stripping a witch or wizard of their power? Alec folds his arm over his chest. You're not going to get like this. If the question is whether to sacrifice one wizard to save all of Magicorum, hell yes, I'll do it. Your feelings for Bryar Rose are getting in the way of your judgment. No, my feelings are based on judgment. Bryar Rose is smart and strong. She'll keep working on those papri because that's who she is. And what if she finds out? We let her wolf die because we wanted her to be our papri bitch. No way. Then she'll really disappear on us. On us? Alec has his future CEO face on. I hate it when he does that. Or on you. Fine. I do have feelings for this girl. I believe in her, Alec. Nothing you can say can change that. I stalk toward the door. Alec moves to stand in my way. Don't leave. You convince me. I glare at him. I'm still going. Look, there's a lot at stake. I had to know how serious you were. My wolf is tearing it up inside me. It takes all of my self-control not to howl with rage. Right now, I want to go wolf on you and rip out your throat, but I won't. Instead, I'm going for a run in the woods so I can calm the hell down. After that, I will see Brian tell the truth. Alec opens his mouth, but I cut him right off. And you're going to shut up and let me do that. Got it? Alec motions across his mouth, like he's zipping his lips. He's trying to be cute, but it only makes me want to kill him even more. And since I only have one best friend, I'd really like to keep Alec around. Gritting my teeth, I stalk away without saying another word. My wolf starts speaking in my head. We run. That's right. We're getting out of the city and going for a run. After we run, we see mate. Again, he's calling her our mate. Frustration tightens up my shoulders. Bryar Rose is a great girl, but she's not our mate. No one is. Wardens don't have mates. End of story. Eventually my wolf will have to accept that. For now, I'm just going to avoid the topic. I take the elevator down to the main shopping floor and stare at the front door. Do I go for a run or chase after Bry? The more I think about it, the more I realise that there's only one answer to that question. Change of plan. I tell my wolf, we're going to see Bry right now. Her wolf is not ready. We run in the woods. That's a crap plan. Running in the woods won't fix my mood. Only seeing Bryar Rose can do that. She needs the truth, and fast. I check my watch. Damn. Friday commuter traffic has already started. Tough, we're going now. My wolf doesn't say anything in reply. He's just pouting. It'll be hell if we drive over the village. Better if we take the subway. Even then, it'll take a while to reach her. We see mate? He says with an even more pout in his voice, as well as a special emphasis on the word mate. Yeah, we'll see her. Now it's my turn to emphasise the word her. With that, my wolf is on board for the trip to the village. For now. That's the best I can expect out of this crap situation. Later on, I can break the news to him that Bryar Rose will never be our mate. We're wardens. That's just how this goes. The end. And that is the next chapter of Bryar Rose. Thank you for listening and many blessings.